into the fireplace again and get ashes all over the place, okay?
Wasn't this the place where we saw that portal initially? So I guess this is that?
Hello, Saga. You're growing so fast, little one. Soon you will talk and remember and see with other eyes. Eyes that can no longer see me. There's so much of me in you, sister-daughter. I know you cannot understand me now, but I want you to know that I will watch you and protect you. Over time, our link will weaken, and you will be blind to me. But I will still be right here. Tomorrow, in 10 years, for as long as you live. And at the end, my sister, my daughter, we will reunite. The circle will be complete. The worlds rejoined, balance restored. The stories we will tell each other. I'll see you soon, my little Saga. May the balance be with you always.
Who are you talking to, Saga? What's all the babbling about?
Is she in there? How in the stars did she get out?
Magic, honey. It sounded like she was talking to someone.
Hey, how did you go, baby girl? Did you sprout wings and fly?
There's someone else in the house, Magnus. I can feel it.
I don't feel anything. Don't worry, Etta. No one but us could ever get inside. It's impossible.
I hope you're right. I could have sworn there was somebody. Oh, Papa's not the only one making stew.
Because it's exactly the look kids have at that moment. Well, I guess they can, but... Really? That was it? Okay, I guess we get a summary now. I expected it to go on for a little bit longer, but I guess it's leading in a new character. I guess the next one will be playing as Saga, apparently. That would be weird, considering it just feels like we're just getting into things with Zoe, but okay. Zoe Maya Castillo. I didn't actually know that. Start down a new path. Unrelated to studies. Ah, that one was very unpopular. I can see that. And most people wanted to spare him. Interesting. Well, I guess that did seem like the obvious one, but at least to me. But okay. It's also... Ooh, that's a really nice split. 51.3. So most people just got... I guess there's going to be some consequence then, because it gave you the food one, which will impact your relationship with Reza, and there is the towards the end, if you speak up to him or not. Probably will be important then. And 28%, I guess, makes sense, considering there are 4 options for the dialogue with Queenie. And yeah, finding meaning still might be good for Zoe. I stand by that. And it's good to know that almost everyone just decided to walk in there. Oh. Oh, I for some reason didn't actually think that, yeah, someone would get involved. For some reason it didn't even occur to me as an option. It sounded like, yeah, you just want to wait until they're done. And most people do, yeah, just are nice to Reza, even though he doesn't seem as nice now as in the first game. Okay. Well, that's kind of interesting then. Is there going to be some video, some artwork, or just the people with some music, of course? Also a lot of names that I could never pronounce. It's also funny. But yeah, I mean, it just started to feel like it was getting somewhere, and I figured it would at least lead you into, like, at least the starting bits more than it did. But people did say it was a very slow starter, and I guess they are definitely right. But I mean, also considering it's going to be like, what, 5 books? 1/5 is kind of an intro, I guess. In some way it's okay. Because that still means, 4 times what, 3-4 hours or something of actual story, or like the thick of it. So I think that may actually be okay eventually. It's just, it also is definitely not been the best of openers. Also because, yeah, sometimes you just had to walk around, or yeah, you had to find the green bags and look at them, because otherwise there's no way you will find her. Or you are really lucky and just run into her anyway, I guess. But yeah, bits like that. Like that didn't seem really well thought through. You will want some kind of pointer, or at least an area where she would be, like it would make sense. Like, oh, just have Zoe mention, like, oh, she normally goes to this square.
You're a good-hearted woman.
I mean, that would have been enough for me, at least.
I can be a bit of a troll. I don't know where we're going.
Benefactors of Mercuria? Like, what are those? But no, I'm very, very curious about where the story is gonna go. And especially when now they kind of introduce, Saga. Which, yeah, for now is a baby, so I guess we're gonna be more in the future. But it also seemed like, at least the wording they used, like they might be living in an impossible place. So would it be, what do you call it, where Zoe also started? The in-between world. Yeah, maybe they live there somehow, and that's why they're all special. I don't know, like I'm just guessing at this point, but I'm sure by the next book we'll know more. I'm just very curious if it's still going to be mainly Zoe, or we're actually going to get to deal with 3 characters, because there's Kian and Zoe and then Saga. Is that what's going to happen? Or maybe they're just going to dedicate one to every person? I somewhat doubt that, but that would be, yeah, too much of one character, I think. But maybe we'll just be doing like 2 or 3 people at the same time. Don't just say you love me, show me. Oh, they're gonna mention all the backers? Really? Wow. That's gonna be quite a list. Also pretty cool to be mentioned, at least. And, you know, as always, I never want to skip these, because what if there is something afterwards? You just don't want to skip that.
Don't just say you're lonely, show me.
Oh, this is gonna take forever. Because what, how many were there? 12,000, I think? 12,500-ish? It's gonna be quite a list. But yeah, it also seems like, at least in this, because they've been spending more time on Zoe. But maybe that's just because I've just been getting lost. So that could also be. But yeah, more time on Zoe, which also makes sense because you've spent more time with her as a character in, you know, the previous game. But yeah, I mean, maybe it's just by accident. That's just how it worked. Or maybe the next one will be largely spent on Kian. And maybe like it starts to introduce Saga in some way. Because clearly, you know, she's gonna be important. Or she. Yeah, it's a she. It's a sister. Because the intro cutscene showed that, you know, sort of portal in that same room. So Saga is going to be very important. I'm just really curious in what way, but you know, we're at 1/5 of a game, so who knows. I actually currently don't know if they actually announced a release date for the second book, because last I've heard there wasn't. Which would be very good to know, but I'm currently just looking it up on my phone actually, so maybe they just released one and I just haven't noticed. Could also be. Doesn't seem like there's too much info on it. Yeah, it's a long list of names, this. Release. No, the second one is called Rebels. That's all all is known at this point, as of this recording. Yeah, the subtitle of Book 2, Rebels, was announced on 26th of November. So that's, at this point, like 2 weeks ago. Curious if they're, yeah, because this book released on the 21st of October. So if are they gonna be releasing one every 3 months? Because that seems quite far apart. Like, you'd think that would be every 2 months maybe, but I mean, we'll just have to see. But it's just like, if there's gonna be 3 months each, that's quite some time in between. Like, that's crazy actually, if you think about it. Because it's gonna be, you know, a year and a season. It's like 5 seasons. It's crazy. Like, I'm actually kind of trying to think of how other episodic games did it. I want to say it's always been like 2 months in between, which seemed okay. Like, you get to go through it no matter how long it is, and then decently soon there will be a new one, and the story is still going to be there, so I'm hoping for that. Okay, I'm just really hoping that there is also going to be a little something afterwards. But I'm kind of expecting not. So it's also kind of funny just seeing all the different names that people used. A lot of nicknames, a lot of also actual names.
And I know I can be a bit of a troll.
Wow, those last couple.
Don't know where we're going.
So let's see if there's going to be a little bonus. expecting not, but would be cool. This is gonna go straight to menu, isn't it? Yep, straight to menu. Okay then. Then this is it for Dreamfall Chapters Book 1. And whenever the second one is released, I'll, be recording that. So I hope you guys enjoyed that, and I'll see you guys next time. See ya, dudes.